Hallo und herzlich willkommen heute wieder bei diesem strahlenden Wetter, was wir in ganz Deutschland haben, zu einem Webinar mit dem Thema Wellness, Hotels. Ja, und dazu haben wir uns mal den indischen Subkontinent, so heißt es genau, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, den indischen Subkontinent ausgewählt, denn gerade der indische Subkontinent ist ja bekannt für verschiedene Ayurveda-Lodges, wo man hingehen kann, sich wirklich mal detachen kann, wo man sich absolut erholen kann. Die Anzahl der Produkte ist mannigfach. Es ist wirklich schwer, auch für die Kolleginnen und Kollegen am Counter oder beim Veranstalter, da auch wirklich gute neue Ideen zu finden. Und was für Resorts gibt es denn in welchen Varianten? Ja, wie ihr ja wisst, haben wir einen sehr kompetenten Kollegen vor Ort, Distinct Destination, heute vertreten durch Schifflet und den Geschäftsführer Narandna. Welcome to you and greetings to Delhi.
Everyone.
Ja,
Guten Morgen.
Vielleicht auch hier direkt zum Anfang. Ab Ende März wird man also wieder problemlos nach Indien einreisen können. Das Visa wird wieder elektronisch vergeben, die Flugverbindungen werden aufgenommen. Wenn wir in die anderen Länder gehen, nach Sri Lanka kann man ja schon lange reisen. Nepal ist die Einreise auch möglich. Auch nach Bhutan ist die Einreise möglich. Im Moment noch mit einer Quarantäne verbunden. Aber ab 1. Mai soll also auch die Quarantäne hier weggenommen werden und dass man wieder ganz problemlos durch die Destination reisen kann. Ich denke, ihr kennt mich alle. Ich bin Claudia Majunke und im Hintergrund arbeitet meine Kollegin Elena Link. Sie ist die Ansprechpartnerin für alle Fragen zu Distinct Destinations und zu der Region als solches. Ja, um euch einen kleinen Überblick zu geben, welche Resorts gibt es denn, was kann ich meinen Kunden am besten im indischen oder auf dem indischen Subkontinent anbieten, nach welchen Kriterien ist es denn sortiert, hat Distinct Destination einen Katalog mit 52 Seiten zusammengestellt, nur über Wellness-Retreats auf dem indischen Subkontinent. Und was ich besonders spannend finde und auch sicherlich für euch sehr hilfreich, wir haben es geclustert und zwar nach Themen. Es gibt Kunden, die eben sehr gerne nur am Strand sind, so we have Beach Resorts. Darüber werden wir heute reden. Wir haben Gäste, die möchten gerne in die Berge gehen, wie das Ananda, das in den Bergen liegt. Und deswegen haben wir auch Retreats in the Mountains für euch ausgewählt. Ja, natürlich gibt es dann auch einfach Retreats in the Countryside. Also das heißt, wir haben also auch hier eine Auswahl von wunderschönen Wellness-Hotels mit verschiedenen Schwerpunkten mitten im Land eben auch ausgewählt. Und natürlich auch in der Stadt, denn auch in der Stadt kann man Wellnessen nach einer Rundreise oder auch während einer Rundreise, wenn man Ausflüge macht. Auch da haben wir für euch das ein oder andere sehr schöne Resort ausgewählt. Ja, dann gibt es Kunden, die möchten vielleicht eher Luxus haben als nur ein gutes Wellnessprogramm oder eine Kombination aus Luxus und Wellness. Deswegen haben wir uns hier natürlich auch auf das Thema Luxus heute konzentriert. Wir haben also für heute für jedes dieser Clusters ein beispielhaftes Resort ausgewählt. Das werden euch gleich meine Kollegen aus Delhi vorstellen. Und im Anschluss geben wir euch natürlich auch noch Zugang zu unserer 52-seitigen Wellness-Broschüre, wo ihr alle möglichen Hotels findet. Okay, now I stop with German. Sishnet and Narendra, I hand over to you. You are the experts. We have just talking about how I today's presentation and that we have our wellness brochure that's in the shortcut because I know your German is improving, but it's not there yet as my Hindi is not increasing at all. So enjoy the presentation. I think we have a great audience here today. And they are very curious to learn more about a Distinct Destination and, of course, our selection. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Claudia. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm Narendra from Distinct Destination. It's a brand which focuses on boutique, special interest, tailor-made, and everything around social and responsible travel. We have our own set up in India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. Today's webinar or the presentation will be touch basing one of our favorite subject, which is about wellness. We created a beautiful wellness brochure which covers all the elements of wellness around luxury around the countryside, around the beach, in the city, in the mountains. The brochure is close to 175 pages. I'll request Elena and Claudia to send it to you, the participants who needs it. It has entire information of all the handpicked resorts in the Indian subcontinent. Well, when we talk about wellness, it's one of the most growing segment in the country for the travel, for the healing, and also for the rejuvenation. India, of course, or the subcontinent, it's part of our roots, it's part of our culture. We always had the ancient medicine concept in our country. Ayurveda was one of our main therapy during the ancient days, and even today it's one of the most popular wellness element across the world, along with yoga and other rejuvenation concepts. We'll start with the presentation. We'll first touch base around the luxury and the wellness. We have handpicked one resort in every theme which we had in our brochure, just to give you a glimpse and the idea of what the subcontinent can offer. So one of the first one which we want to recommend in India is Sukhvilas Spa Resort. It's a resort which is mix of leisure and holistic wellness at the foothills of Himalaya, very close to Dharamshala or Amritsar, between Dharamshala and Amritsar. I can just a quick glimpse of the location. So it's very close to Shimla, Dehradun, and Chandigarh. Chandigarh is the nearest airport, which is actually 45 minutes from the Chandigarh airport. The resort is. It's also well connected by train from Delhi. It is also 4.5 hours drive from Amritsar, which is the border town to Pakistan, also famous for the Wagah border ceremony. And there are a lot of flight connectivities to Chandigarh from Delhi to from Mumbai and from other few locations of India. But then majority of flights are from Delhi and Mumbai. Well, it is also the gateway for the towns like Shimla, which has a lot of British history in the town, and the narrow gauge rail. Well, it's a very beautiful resort. It's one of its unique, kind of unique wellness resort of Oberoi, one of the first which is around the completely wellness theme. It has close to 60 rooms, which is a mix of 10 suites and villas. It has all-day restaurant dining. It serves all kind of cuisines, and then also the cuisines are planned around the Ayurveda wellness or the treatments which the guests take when they are there. Well, when people say it's unique, then yes, there are reasons for it. It's first of Oberoi is one of the first signature wellness destination retreat. It has excellent full offering of spa, Ayurveda, and also a mix of Western and Eastern treatments. The entire thing is customized based on the guest requirements. It has everything from Ayurveda, from yoga to meditation, and also the dietary modification. Dietary is one of the most important element for the wellness, because at the end of the day, everything boils down to our healthy eating habits, and then the kind of wellness treatments we plan around it. And that's how all these packages are planned. When you talk about the tariff and packages, so they are very aggressively priced. If you look for a 5 days wellness package, it falls in the category of for 2022 around 755 euros, and then it depends on what kind of inclusions you want or what kind of particular treatment you're looking for. It can be 5 nights, it can extend to 12, 14, or 21 nights, depending on the guest requirement. It has a lot of in-house activities. It has a daily yoga and wellness session at the resort, but even the 5 nights entry-level wellness package offers a lot of elements for the wellness and the well-being for the guests who are traveling. There are a lot of activities which can be done once you are there. The world is changing with the concept now. The slow travel or the wellness travel is booming, which is you stay at a resort, you rejuvenate yourself, and also do activities around nature. So there are activities like mountain biking. You can do archeries at the resort. There is a forest bathing wherein you take the sunlight or you absorb the nature right in the center of the nature. You do nature walks with the specialized naturalist at the resort. There's a lot of bird watching element. It's a very peaceful and serene place, very close to the main city like Chandigarh. Once you are at the resort, then it gives you a feel as if you are completely out of the entire hustle bustle of the busy world. It's a good resort if you're doing a Golden Triangle or a North India program. Guests can end at the wellness resort at Villas for a few nights. It can also be only one destination in the whole 7-night, 10 nights itinerary, and then few days if there is spare time, you can do activities around the resort. I'll just show you a small video about Villas to give you an idea how the resort looks like or what the resort is all about. Second, in India, is towards the south of India, which is the Marari Beach Resort, very close to Kochi, towards the Arabian Sea, right at the bottom of the map of India. If you look at the map, you'll see it's right there at the bottom of the India's map. Very popular destination, Kochi, for most of the European guests. And Marari is very conveniently located, only 1.5-hour drive from Kochi, around 45 minutes drive from Alleppey. Alleppey is popular for backwaters. So Marari Beach is part of the CGH group. The group is very much focused into the responsible and eco-friendly travel. Well, the beaches in the south of India are not very smooth in terms of in terms of swimming at the beach, but then one of the best beach in the entire region is Marari. The two reasons for it: first of all, it's a very small village. It's not crowded like what you see in Trivandrum or other bigger cities, or what you see in Goa, which are very busy and crowded. And also, Kerala is the main hub for the Ayurveda in India because of the nature, because of the weather conditions, and because of all the spices which are grown in that part of the India. Its location, it's a sea on the one side and backwater on the other. That's what the beauty of Marari is. It's easily accessible from Cochin and backwater. As I said, it's very well connected. It's a perfect place to relax and unwind. It's one of the most popular extension after the Kerala trip. Guests extend for 5 nights or 4 nights, or even take 7 nights wellness. The latest trends are guests are coming for 2 weeks at Marari and just enjoying the wellness. In between, during one of the day, they take the excursion to Cochin, or they take a houseboat day cruise and come back. The best time to visit, of course, for Kerala is October to May, but then May is slightly humid because of the weather, the coastal weather condition. But then yes, October till April is always peak and in demand for South. And Marari is always very high in demand because of this holistic approach towards the wellness and Ayurveda. And also it's a mix of leisure and a wellness destination. It has 62 cottages and villas built in a style of local fishing village. CGH has a very unique concept of engaging locals and giving back to the community. So most of the staff which you will see are the locals from the nearby villages, and it's a complete, very authentic accommodation and very authentic experience once you are there at the resort. Well, the food is very popular at Marari. Of course, it has coastal flavors and also the fresh seafood. It's all cooked locally. They have in-house water treatment, in-house biogas, in-house organic gardens. Everything is fresh, comes from within the resort. And it also do a lot of activities with the guest, wherein guests can go and pick their own vegetables from the organic farm and then learn with the chef how to cook. So it's not only about wellness in Ayurveda, it's also about learning the various food and cuisine around wellness. So that's the beauty of this particular resort. What's unique? Well, all these wellness resorts are unique in their entire concept and the way they are designed. But for Marari, the unique is, of course, it's right at the beach. It offers everything for Ayurveda therapies, from including yoga and meditation. It's a very perfect place to end your holidays if you are in the south of India. Well, if you look for a 7 nights indicated prices for the season in 2022, it ranges from 1166 euros per person, which is for a 7 nights complete Ayurveda wellness package designed by a prior appointment with the Ayurveda doctor, looking at all the health conditions. It's a one-to-one session which happens on consultation before the trip, or even when you reach the resort, you can take a 1-day appointment, and then after that your entire treatment is planned and organized, and according to that all your meals are also planned. See, one thing about Ayurveda and wellness is it's all about self-discipline. All the Ayurveda doctors or even the therapist can do a lot of activities looking at your health requirements, but then there's also a lot of self-discipline which is required in terms of following the timings, following the diet and everything. Activities, it has guided nature walks. You can go for backwater cruise, 45 minutes drive. You can see the beautiful fishermen villages there. You can see the nearby harbors. You can cycle in the small village of Marari. There are always yoga sessions at the beach. Then you learn to cook with the spices. And I love Marari. It's my kids' favorite place for holidays. The reason is it has so much to offer along with wellness, that once you're at the resort, you always feel like extending or staying for more nights, because you always want to explore more and learn more at the resort. Good thing to know, it's a resort which completely runs on sustainable and eco-friendly tourism. They have their own organic gardens. It's a completely plastic-free resort. They don't use any plastic. Water is also solar heated. Rainwater is reused. They don't give mineral water bottles. They have their own water treatment plant, and they give it in their own glass bottles. Organic waste is converted into biogas, and a kitchen garden supplies the fruit and vegetables. And the guests can also participate. They can go in the garden. They can pluck the vegetables, engage with the chef, and cook everything with the plans of holistic wellness approach. I'll quickly show you a small video on Marari. Okay, so we covered two wellness recommendations for India. One is around luxury close to the main city, second one around beach. Now we move towards Sri Lanka, one of the very popular yoga and Ayurveda retreat, Ulpotha. It's a very different and unique concept compared to what you've seen right now in Chandigarh, Sokvilas and Marari in south of India. This is a resort which is completely focused around engagement with the nature. It's like you are living as if you are a local who's born in that nature, and everything is very, very authentic and original. It's very conveniently located. It's right in the middle of Sri Lanka's cultural triangle. So it is very close to Sigiriya, Dambulla. It's like 3.5 hours drive from the Colombo airport. And it has 7 nights, 14 nights, 24 nights wellness packages. It's a very, very conveniently located in terms, if anyone wants to do the coastal and the cultural triangle, and then, or the tea country of Sri Lanka region, and then want to spend time at the wellness resort. Its best time to go is, well, it's open from June to August and November to March, but that's the best time to visit also. But then it's closed from April to May and September to October. It has a very unique concept of accommodation. There are no walls in the entire concept of rooms that are designed. It's close to nature. It's close to the Mother Earth in terms of your day-to-day activities and living there. It has beautiful 11 charming guest huts spread into 22 acres of forest. And most interesting is it's allocated on twin sharing basis. Means even if you're traveling as a single traveler, you can always have an option to share it with any of the other other person who's traveling for the wellness. Interestingly, majority single people, they love to share with the like-minded people who are into wellness. So there is also an option available. Guests can book their entire single option, but then majority of guests who are traveling there prefer to stay twin, and they don't want to pay for the single supplement. Even for a single traveler, it works very well. It's designed on a concept. There is no electricity. So when night falls, it's illuminated with flares, lamps, and oil lanterns. It's like living back in the past, living the way people used to live in the ancient time. It's close to nature. It's the authentic way of living for humans, and it's more about adapting to the culture and the nature within that forest area. The food is entirely vegan, gluten-free, with wide varieties of vegetables and organic red rice and tropical fruit. The food is freshly picked, unrefrigerated, and cooked in terracotta pots on open fire. Guests can participate. What's unique? Well, it is a very, very remote and enchanting eco-village, completely focusing around the sustainable and responsible travel concept. It offers a mix of yoga, Ayurveda, digital detox in the lap of the nature. It has everything ranging from 5 to 28 days for the rejuvenation and detoxification wellness packages. If you look for a 7-night packages, then it starts from 1371 euros for 2022 per person, which has Ayurveda treatments included, all meals. Of course, all the treatments are planned after the consultation. See, all these wellness resorts which are recommended or which are there even in the brochure which we created has everything which is customized based on the need of a guest traveling, the medical need, or the looking at the way their body will react to various treatments. It's not a flat treatment that whosoever comes can take it. The doctor first do consultation, understand the requirements, and then the entire therapies are planned. Of course, yoga session is there morning and evening. Interesting thing is there are no timing restrictions. Everyone can have their own individual sessions, and the therapist will always assist for it. There are a lot of local and the cultural mix in the resort. You'll see a lot of villagers or the tribals there in that region. When I say tribal, they're not the tribals in terms of tribal. It's about the people who are close to the forest areas and who have their life dependency on the forest. And you also, or the guest also, go and experience that original or authentic way of living once they are there at the resort. Activities, it has Ayurveda treatments, yoga, bird watching, cycling. You can visit to the nearest historical sites of the cultural triangle. Then you understand more about the plant life and flora, and of course in-house swimming and traditional cultures. It means that you interact with the local villagers who are there and understand their way of life. Anyone who travels to any country is all about that culture and the local flavors. No one remembers in which year the monument is built. People only remember that smile, that food, the time they've spent with the locals, understanding their life, and that's what the memories are all about. And this wellness resorts offers everything from a very authentic, close to Mother Nature concept, and along with the concept of a responsible and sensible travel in the community. Few important things or things which are good to know about this resort. The village of Ulpota is run by local villagers. The profit from retreat goes back into the society, and which runs the free clinics for the village. Children are welcome, but there are no special facilities. Kids, below 12 are charged a certain subsidized price, but are not permitted to attend the yoga classes. They can, of course, enjoy the other in-house activity. There's only one electric socket and hot water, and only available at the Ayurveda Center. Idea is to completely detox, no gadgets, no phones. Of course, there is electric socket to charge it, but idea is that you just break yourself from this electronic world and come close to the Mother Nature. That's how the concept is designed. Interesting thing is everything is included at the resort. Once you pay and you check in, you don't have to worry about money. Everything is included in the price, and tipping is not allowed at the resort. It's a very unique concept they have. They don't allow any tippings from any of the guests. And for them, it's more about educating the travelers, it's more about showing what the Mother Earth can offer, and it's more about having a very, very authentic wellness approach towards the destination and towards the culture. A small video I would like to show you for the resort. Okay. Now we comes to Bhutan, which is one of the most beautiful country in the Indian subcontinent, and we are talking about a resort called Bhutan Spirit Sanctuary. Bhutan has very limited authentic wellness resorts. Of course, there are hotels like Aman and Six Senses who offer spa and other treatments, but we are here in the wellness concept are talking about hotels or the products which are purely around the concept of wellness and um, rejuvenation. So Bhutan Spirit Sanctuary is a hotel in Bhutan which is around this whole concept. It's very close to Paro. So let me allow to show you the map. It's like a 40 minutes drive from the Paro airport. Um, Bhutan country itself is very small. It's a country which believes very strongly into the tradition and culture. The country believe into the life goal of national gross happiness, wherein the success of an individual is measured by the happiness in his life, and which is all focused around the culture, around the festivals, and around the normal or the local way of living. That's what the country is all about. The country is very much into quality tourism rather than quantity tourism, like other hill stations in the or other Himalayan countries in the similar region. It's a very perfect place for exploration. When you are there at the resort. Day trips are possible from Paro to Paro Thimpu, and in Paro you can see the beautiful tiger nest. Beside the traditional tourist spot, you'll also have a lot of option to meet the local people, the writers, the monks, and to understand the local culture of the country. Bhutan work on a very different concept. It has a seasonality and off season, but then since the country is all focused around festivals, which is there in every village, at every monastery, happening during the fixed time in the year. So it's a year-round destination. It's not that only related to the only focused around the peak season. Even if you go in the lean season in Bhutan, you still see a lot of functions and festivals happening because it's part of the culture. The accommodation at Bhutan Sanctuary is it has 24 boutique rooms. All rooms are around having a balcony or a terrace. The food is again is farm to table dining. They have in-house farm. They have all inclusive concept, no alcohols. So all meals are included. The menus are again tailor-made or tailored based around the recommendation given by the traditional medicine. So Bhutan's wellness is because Bhutan is a very rich traditional medicine concept, and even they have traditional medicine institutes in the country. And these all are around the local spices which are found in the forest in the Bhutan. So the entire wellness approach here in the country is planned around their traditional medicine concept. An idea is to heal and rejuvenate individual based on those parameters. It is unique. It's a completely well-being five-star luxury resort. There's only one in Bhutan which completely focus on wellness. Stay here combines, of course, you have cultural options available, but then the focus is around wellness. Mostly guests who stays there for wellness, and if there's a time available, they might, if they want to, then they can explore the nearby tourist spots like Paro or Thimphu. If not, they just enjoy the in-house activity. Well, of course, dietary is one of the most important elements for entire wellness, and it's also there at this resort. It's around the traditional medicine, so that's how the entire wellness is planned. Your wellness treatment, which has hot herbal oil, compression, and hot stone baths, that again part of the traditional medicine concept. Yoga, meditation sessions are part of the daily routine. The packages in Bhutan starts slightly expensive from 1,738 euros per person for 5 nights. The reason is because Bhutan is a very fixed price concept, because they strongly believe that whatever comes in the country should get distributed evenly among the society or among the people who are handling that activity, so that entire fee get distributed to the person who are organizing it, to the drivers, to the guides, to the staff. So they have a complete mechanism which is governed by Bhutan Tourism Council, and then resorts have their own packages, and then the Bhutan Tourism Council fees are added over that. It has traditional treatment, one treatment per day, yoga classes, but then again everything is customized. The wellness concept is very simple, wherein any guest who look for a wellness, there are options, and then after the consultation, the actual therapies are recommended to them. There are no separate charges for it, but then which sessions should be part of their wellness stay is actually designed or designed looking at their health conditions and the body requirements by the in-house wellness doctors. Activities, it has in-house pottery, archery, cooking classes. You can play darts. You can have lectures on the local culture. Bhutan love their culture, and they are really proud in sharing it with everyone who comes into their country. You can have a very interesting lectures and sessions on it. A beautiful library to read more about traditional medicine and everything. And of course, the resort itself located in a very serene place, so there are a lot of areas for walk and hike in the nearby forest areas. Good to know things. Well, again, this resort is a concept that there are no time restrictions. You have daily yoga and meditation, and it can be done one-to-one. It can be done with the group, all depending on your likings. Idea is you just set yourself free and enjoy once you are there, in terms of finding or looking into your wellness or your well-being and what your body is looking for. Classes are not pre-scheduled. Everything is tailor-made based on needs, is suitable for every level. Kids are not allowed. There are no kids club. Again, this is more, the important remark is more about the minimum daily package which the Bhutan tourism controls. So that's what the Bhutan's travel concept is all about. But then the wellness resorts plus the Bhutan Tourism Council's MDP, which is a minimum daily package fee, are added, and that's how the packages are designed. I'll show you a small video on Bhutan. Okay, now we come to the another Himalayan country, which is Nepal. In this presentation, we are touch basing one each recommended wellness resort in the country. In India, we covered two for north and south because the country itself is too big. But then one resort in rest of the country. So Nepal has very limited options similar to Bhutan, and the most recommended one is the Dwarika's Dhulikhel resort in Nepal. It's a perfect wellness resort close to the Himalayas. This is the view from their swimming pool. You can, if the day is clear, you can even have a view of the mountain range. Very, very quiet, peaceful, and a serene stay at the resort. It's only 1 hour drive from the Kathmandu. It is a spectacular backdrop of the Himalayas. You can see it in the picture. It's a perfect spot to end or start your holidays. The trends are a lot of guests are coming only for the wellness. They stay there for 7 nights, and in between for a day they go to Kathmandu and do the entire sightseeing for the capital town. But then rest of the time they just enjoy the in-house wellness at the resort. If you look into the as I look into the location, then it's very close to Dhulikhel. It's only 1 hour drive from the Kathmandu, and then Patan, Bhaktapur are all close by for the sightseeing, which anyways are part of the full day sightseeing from Kathmandu. 39 suites. It's into 20 acres of forested hillside. Again, as part of all wellness, the meals are prepared with fresh seasonal local productions, primarily sourced from the organic farm or from the local farmers. Unique, the entire concept is around well-being and wellness. You have beautiful view. Idea is once you are there, then you just lose yourself, enjoy the in-house spectacular views, enjoy the wellness retreats, enjoy the treatments planned for you, and just rejuvenate yourself. So once you're back to your normal life, you feel 100% full on with energy. The program is planned around yoga, around detox, which is a Himalayan detox, and then very much personalized around by the in-house Ayurveda doctor. All these wellness resorts have their own in-house Ayurveda doctor, which all are registered and certified, and they all propose looking at your medical or your health requirements. Everything is again planned looking at the guest traveling's health conditions. It's a complete holistic lifestyle retreat. It's also the most beautiful place to stay. Well, a lot of guests are only going there for 2 nights, not taking wellness. They might take one of the spa activity or Ayurveda activity, but just going there to take a break at the end of their hectic Nepal trip, because Nepal can be very hectic, similar to India in terms of distances, traveling, and the hustle bustle in the town. So it's more like a break at the end, and then you fly back home. It is an expensive resort. The prices starts from Euro 2743 for a 10 nights package. But then, yes, if you're doing just combining it with a leisure itinerary, then it can be a 2 or 3 nights. Again, if it's only around wellness, then you have a private consultation and with the Ayurvedic doctor, and then and the entire cuisine and your therapies are planned. And it has, in the 10 nights, you get 13 wellness treatments included, which are again designed after the doctor's consultation. A lot of local activities within the resort. You have Nepalese cooking lessons, you have pottery classes, yoga and meditation, hikes and walks, which is part of all wellness resorts which we recommended. As the resort is on hillside, you can have the view on the left hand side of the screen. So you get golf buggies to reach to your room or the accommodation, and then because few of the places are very steep to walk, they have a lot of environment friendly practices, including water reharvesting, grey water treatment, solar lighting, food recycling, and everything. It's like all these wellness resorts are around the concept of giving back to the nature and giving back to the Mother Earth, and that's how the entire holistic approach being planned, and that's the beauty of all these wellness resorts. I'll just show you a small video on Nepal. So that's the wellness part. These are only few of the wellness resorts. If you'll go in our wellness brochure, you'll see close to 40 plus resorts which are recommended in the entire subcontinent. A quick overview in terms of the COVID situation in the subcontinent. So India is now fully open, and the scheduled flights are opening from 27th of March. For vaccinated people, no RT-PCR required. No quarantine. For non-vaccinated people, they only have to upload the RT-PCR 72 hours before the arrival, no quarantine on arrival. Nepal is fully open for vaccinated. For non-vaccinated, there is a quarantine for 5 days. Bhutan, yes, it's a very small country and with limited medical facilities, but they are planning to open or ending their entire lockdown in the end of April this year. And then from July, they are planning to open the country for the vaccinated tourists. Sri Lanka right now is fully open for vaccinated people who are traveling, and for non-vaccinated people, there are bubble zones wherein they can stay and explore the limited options which are open. But for vaccinated, the country is fully open and they are traveling. In India right now, the COVID cases are really on decline. We are as low as 3,000 cases per day In the whole country, the only positive cases left are around 45,000 as of today, and is reducing day by day. If all goes with the same speed, and I think in few weeks' time, we might not have any cases in the country, or we might have below 10,000 in the total in the country. So that's from my end for the presentation, and I open the forum for any questions, anything which you all want to ask.
Thank you very much, Narendra, for showing us this wonderful presentation, and really impressive. For me, hard to choose where I want to go. Right now, for the moment being, there were no questions, but I'm sure there will be multiple questions as soon as our agents will start selling the properties. Let me turn into German. Und liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, also ganz herzlichen Dank, dass ihr euch heute Morgen die Zeit genommen habt. Also ich weiß jetzt nicht, soll ich zuerst nach Sri Lanka gehen, ins Ulpato, oder soll ich nach Bhutan gehen, oder soll ich wieder zurückgehen in die Subvillas, wo ich vor der Pandemie in 2019 war und was ein absolutes Seelenstreicheln war, die paar Tage, die ich dort war. Ich denke, Wellness steht hoch im Kurs. Wir brauchen es auch, finde ich, nach all dem Stress, den wir durchgemacht haben. Die Preise, die wir euch angegeben haben, sind so Circa-Preise, damit ihr mal eine Idee habt, was kostet denn ein Aufenthalt dort pro Person im halben Doppelzimmer. Wie ihr wisst, die Preise verändern sich in einer Regelmäßigkeit, und wir müssen natürlich immer individuell anfragen, um euch dann eben auch den aktuellen Tagespreis zu geben für eure Kunden. Wir schicken euch im Nachgang zu diesem Webinar den Link zu unserem Katalog zu unserem Wellness-Katalog zu. Das Video selbst wird in den nächsten Tagen auf unserem YouTube-Kanal zu sehen sein. Also einfach in YouTube suchen, Majunke International Sales. Da habt ihr nochmal alle Infos. Also falls sich auch ein Kunde mal dafür interessiert, könnt ihr da vorher nochmal reinschauen, euch Informationen geben. Wir schicken euch auch nochmal die aktuellen Reiseinformationen oder Einreiseinformationen unserer 4 Länder zu. Auch dazu haben wir gestern ein Update bekommen. Ja, then I say thank you very much, Narendra. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone.
Thank
you, Claudia.
For preparing the presentation and for holding the presentation. As said, you know, I'm ready to rock and roll. I don't know which of the resorts I'm going to choose. Very, very challenging. And I'm sure that this was super helpful for our colleagues at the counter, and we'll send them all the information as we discussed prior. Liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, ich weiß gar nicht, ob wir überhaupt einen Kollegen dabei haben. Ich glaube, wir sind heute nur Kolleginnen, auch mal schön. Ein Tag nach dem Women's International Day. Ich darf uns Frauen immer noch mal zu diesem Women's International Day gratulieren. Und ich bedanke mich sehr herzlich, dass ihr heute wieder mit dabei wart. Und ja, verabschiede mich heute mal ganz indisch von euch mit einem herzlichen Namaste.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claudia. Thank you all.
Look forward to everyone.
Bye.